Welcome everybody. In today's video, we'll go through a market analysis for BTCUSD and EURUSD starting with BTCUSD on the weekly time frame. Let me get rid of this first and then we can continue. Okay, so starting with BTCUSD, the weekly time frame, as we know, is bearish overall. This is the break of structure. This is the weekly time frame low and the weekly time frame high. Now, price hasn't yet gotten all the way up to this level. If we check the most recent candle formations, we have this, this is still our overall range, but this is our immediate candle range. The reason this is our overall range is because this candle didn't break above it, so there's no close above here yet. So now price is currently going selling. This week, if it breaks here, then we might finally see it come to break this overall low. And once this low gets broken, then we should start seeing sales. On the daily time frame, what can we see here? So this is daily time frame low here, daily time frame high. This is Thursday's candle, by the way. Friday's candle didn't close below here, it just wicked it. So if this week is to show anything, it could mean that price might be gearing up for buys, or it might actually just break it later on within the week. Could possibly be this daily candle or maybe the next one, or we don't know, but we could either find buys or sells, and this is looking more indicative of a buy, although the body of this candle is very small, so we can't really tell what it can do from there. Let us go down to the 4-hour time frame. If you check the 4-hour time frame, what do we see? So this is still the 4-hour time frame range. This is the break of structure, most recent break of structure here. This was the low that caused that break of structure, and this was the high that caused the break of structure, and this is the most recent low. Now, meaning that this is our current range. Now, if you check what is happening, like I said before, this is okay. We now have a new supply zone, and I think that is the only supply zone remaining here. Every other zone has been mitigated, and if we are going by that, then we could possibly see it tap into the zone and start selling. This could even be liquidity because it's a very, very obvious week here. So yeah, I'm more inclined to selling BTCUSD further overall. So let us check the 1-hour time frame. If you're to refine your 1-hour time frame entry, then you could look for something like this. This could be your zone, maybe for a higher risk to reward. Now, okay, this zone was also mitigated here. So that is, anyway, let's just get rid of that one. So that's the only thing I can find now on BTCUSD. I'm not really seeing any buy opportunities, but we still need to be careful of that daily time frame pin bar candle. Now, checking out the 15 minutes time frame, we now have a new range. This is our break of structure here. Then we can finally draw a new 15 minutes range low. This is our 15-minute range low. Can we draw this? Okay, let's just draw this as the new range because it satisfies what will I call it? It satisfies my rules. So this is now bullish on the 15 minutes time frame. Yeah, that is it. We'll take this out for now. This should be the new 15-minute range high that hasn't yet been broken, just weeks. So that is it on BTCUSD. with time I expect it to actually get broken and then maybe enter this zone and start looking for sales again. Now moving over to Ethereum on the weekly time frame, what can we see? So overall, like I said, weekly time frame is supposed to be bullish. It's meant to be bullish though. One thing I have, did this get broken? Okay, I think this should also be, not this one. Should move this here. So this should be weekly time frame here. Then also draw a weekly time frame range here. So weekly time frame is actually bearish. Now for the range, this is also a valid zone here. Right now price has gotten to a lower time frame supply zone and it's looking like it's actually reacting off of it. Same as this one here, is actually reacting off of it. So we will keep on watching to see what happens, but this is a more comfortable zone for price to sell from. Then if you check the most recent price action, this is still a candle range high and a candle range low. Whichever one price breaks, you should be looking for taking trades in that direction. If you check the daily time frame, the daily time frame is bearish too overall. Now checking out, okay, this demand zone, rather this supply zone was formed on the daily time frame. If you check the most recent price action, that should be this one here. Rather, the most recent candle range should be this. So price wicked off of the high and sold aggressively. Now price has wicked off of the low and bought too. We now have possibly we might be having an inside candle for this day. We don't really know what is happening from there because we are already at a crossroad. This is a supply zone, this is a demand zone. So whichever one price wants to respect, whichever one gets broken, then we'll be taking trades in that direction. If you check the 4-hour time frame, this is the 4-hour time frame range here. This is the break of structure. This was what happened here. This was the low that caused that break of structure, and this was the high that caused the break of structure, and this is the resulting low. So what we are seeing is price currently trading off of these zones here. So I think I'm not going to be, and I don't have any clear buyers for Ethereum for now. When it gets broken, this is also another one. This is also another range. So this is a breaker block that was formed after this break here. So we'll see if price also comes to respect this zone. I think now we can take this off. Okay, let's just remove the zones that are not holding. You see why lower time frame zones have less importance over the higher time frame ones. You can see that this zone here is a higher time frame zone. This is also a higher time frame zone. But if you come to lower time frames, this is the most recent one after this one. So this was what we marked out, same as this one. Although price actually gave little reactions off of it. Which other one? Okay, yeah, this was another one. This was the reaction. So it will give reactions, but it will still obey the higher time frame zones. So if we want to, we can still mark this out here as a zone that price could come to. So we'll just keep on watching there. On the 1 hour time frame, The 1 hour time frame has finally had a break here, meaning that this is our new 1 hour time frame range. And I think the 15 minutes too, this is the 15-minute range. But for now, let's focus on the 1 hour time frame. Now, the 1 hour time frame is now bullish. This is our new 1 hour time frame range high. So this is the range high, this is the range low, this is the break of structure, and then here is our current range. So there are a lot of zones now that price is reacting off of, so we just have to watch out for whatever it does. We just stay away from it for now and only look to take a trade once we have something valuable. So on the 15 minutes, this is it, the high there, this is the low, so we can mark these two as our range, 15-minute range high. So like I said, this is the break of structure on the 15-minute time frame, the 15-minute time frame range high and the 15-minute time frame range low. So just like the 1 hour time frame suggests, we also have our range that like that on the 15-minute time. So thank you guys, and okay, before we go, this is also a reaction point on the 15-minute time frame. I think we can use this. I don't know if, okay, price has is, you can just say yeah, price has mitigated it already, so is reacting from it and is buying. We'll see what happens in the coming hours. So thank you guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you again later. Goodbye.